In this episode, I'm here with Sonal Kulkarni, owner of Spenga Sugarland, and the reason she's on the show is because she was the winner of the contest that we had to end the third quarter of last year. You've never had a studio before, you've never had a business before.
No, I've never had a business before. This is my first studio.
Who can get 100 members in 100 days? And you were the winner.
I was the winner.
And
yes.
you did it in what, 35 days?
In 30 days.
30 days.
Yes.
So you got 100 members in 30 days. So we're here to talk about that.
Okay.
And how you got 100 members in 30 days. By the way, this is your first business.
This is my first business.
You've never had a studio before. You've never had a business before.
No, I've never had a business before. This is my first studio.
First studio. Now you look fit. So were you a fitness enthusiast at least?
Yes, I am definitely a fitness enthusiast. I've always been working out, loved working out, and definitely wanted to do something in the fitness industry. Spenga came along the way, and I loved the workout. Thought I could do something and do something for the community as well.
You beat almost 1,000 studios in this challenge. Some of them
wow.
have had many studios for many years, and you came in first, right?
Yeah.
And so, coincidentally, you were the person out of everyone that is part of LRVT, you went through more trainings that same month than anybody else.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sure there was other stuff you were learning too. So you learned a lot. So high level is, you learned a ton and you applied stuff that you already knew works.
Right.
What I want to talk about on this show is, in particular, what are some of the moves that you've made and what are some of the things that you valued and how that went. So right now, where are you currently at? How many members do you have currently?
Currently we have 249.
249, and your studio still doesn't open up for another month, right?
For another month, yes.
Right, another month. And so you'll probably end up around 350, 400. Okay?
I'm really hoping, yes. And we will be there.
You will be there, yeah.
Yes.
So, but you got that many off of only like 500 leads or something like that, right?
Yes. Yeah.
It's not a ton. So talk to me about, I want to go through the beginning of this. What does the process look like for you when you get a lead in, especially in pre-sale? By the way, you don't even have a satellite office.
No, I'm working from my home.
Everything's from your house.
It was one-man army for the most part.
Yeah, so you got 250 paid members in pre-sale from your house.
Yes, from my house, essentially.
Okay.
So basically, I watched a ton of your videos and I learned a lot. So it was a huge, steep learning curve for me because it was my first business and I wanted to apply everything. I wanted to learn everything that came my way. Luckily for me, I had my car seat and I had LRVT. So I basically went through all your LRVT videos. Whatever came my way, I watched it and watched it again and and I basically tried to replicate everything. So basically, whatever I learned, I applied.
So give me an example, like what's one thing that you applied that you didn't know that you feel was super important to you being able to get that many members in such a short time?
Right. I mean, whenever a lead came in, you had said that within the first couple of minutes, you have to reach out. So that's what I did. I didn't really care. I was on the phone whenever.
Yeah.
I mean, if the lead came in at even 9:30 in the night, I would text them. And I said, hey, I'm so-and-so. If you're available to chat, I'm going to call you.
Those are usually the most responsive.
Yeah, and because I
busy.
knew that people are they're done with the day.
Yeah.
They're in their bed, just going through their Facebook or whatever, and they have nothing to do. They have time to talk, and probably they will talk to me. And I used to say, I just need a couple of few minutes.
Were you ever afraid of bothering people? I don't care.
No.
Never.
I was never.
Because there's a lot of people listening that are like, I don't want to bother people that late.
I never even thought about it.
Yeah.
I just thought that, hey, if you're free, I'll chat. I'm not, and I said that, I'm not here to bother you.
Yeah.
But this is from Spenga. I really want to chat with you. I see that you have created a profile, and I just need a couple of minutes of your time. Can I talk to you? I can call you, or you can call me. Whatever is convenient for you. And they would say, hey, I cannot talk. My kid's sleeping. Okay, can I chat with you?
Love it.
And then they would say, okay, I'm free to chat. Then I would start chatting. If somebody called me at 10 o'clock, a lot of people did that because I am working out of my office and I do have a studio number, but they don't know that for sure, like what number they're calling. So they would be like, sorry, I don't know. I said, that's fine. If you are free to talk, I'm free to talk. I don't really care.
So see, what she did for everyone listening, watching, what Sonal did here is they didn't say no. They said, I'm putting my kid to sleep. You didn't hear, I don't want to talk about this. You heard, I can't talk about this, but it doesn't mean that I can't text about this.
Right.
But I can't talk about this.
Yeah.
Some people will hear that and think, oh, they're brushing me off. They're blowing me off.
No.
But you just heard, no, I can't do it this way, but how else can I do it was a question you asked,
Right.
which is great. And so
Yeah.
you got a lot of response from that.
I got a lot of response because people, I mean, there are a lot of moms, right?
Yeah.
So they'll be like, okay, I can chat.
Yeah.
And then I would be very simple, very straight. And they would be like, okay, then call me tomorrow.
What
or
would that chat go like? So show me what that chat, like how would it sound?
the text one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
it's,
I'm
hey, I
Sonal
could
from
chat.
Spenga. Yeah, I would say, hey, I'm Sonal from Spenga Sugarland, and I see that you have created a profile, and I would like to chat with you for a couple of minutes, if that is okay. So
Yeah,
they would be
I
like,
can't talk. I'm
I
putting my
cannot
baby to
talk.
bed.
Yes. Okay. Can I text you? Is that okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. We can talk via text messaging.
Yes.
I would be like, okay, perfect. So, do you know about Spenga? What do you know? So, where did you see Spenga? Then they would say, oh, it was a Facebook ad or Instagram, and I was driving by, whatever it is. I'm like, perfect. Do you know anything about Spenga? They would be like, yeah, I looked up and I saw some video with some. I said, okay, let me give you a quick rundown. And I would just copy paste. I had my own notes. So I would copy paste and give them a short note as to what Spenga is if I'm texting. And they would be like, okay. And then we would go on from there.
Wow, that's really
So
cool.
depending on what they had to say.
Yeah. How many calls were you making in a day? How many calls are you making right now in a day?
Well, as many as I can.
What is it? What do you think that comes out to?
See, now I have some help, but when I was by myself, 40, 50, 60, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
I mean, I was always on the call. If I'm in the car, I'm talking. If I am at my kids' swim meet or
Right.
at swim school, I would go sit outside. And if somebody said, call me at 5, I would make a note and I would call.
And now that you have help, how many calls are you guys making?
We're making, now we have a CRM, so we follow the CRM. But say today we only have 20 calls according to the CRM.
Right.
Then we'll do the 20 calls and then I just go back.
Meaning
and
you have to call 20 people. You have it set up in your CRM to where you know
Yeah.
today's the day to follow up with these 20
Yeah.
specific
So
people.
we definitely we reach out to them, and depending on what response we get, we take it from there.
Got it.
But I mean, after some time, if I say that, hey, I'm not having that many people to call, then I actually go back and I pull records and I see
Right.
which are the prospects that we haven't touched base, and then we start calling them again.
Yeah. So you probably run the CRM the same way I do. So guys, I ran a sales floor of over 70 people before, and I've been in sales for my whole life, and I've definitely learned inefficient ways to do it, and I've learned efficient ways to do it. So the most efficient way for me to be able to manage a sales pipeline is to use a CRM effectively. And what sometimes may feel like it's slowing you down is actually speeding up your results. So I'm always going, okay, there's a few things that have to happen. As soon as I get off the call, right at that moment, I'm now putting in a few different notes. One note is basically covering what we talked about.
Right.
Another note is covering what we are going to talk about. And then there's a date set as to when we're going to talk about it.
Right.
So if I hang up the phone with you and you say, hey, Mike, I really do want to chat. We talk for about 10 minutes about your goals, how you want to lose 15 pounds. And then I say, okay, great. Let's get you set up today. Well, I'm leaving for Alaska today on a cruise. I'll be back on Monday. That sounds great. What day on Monday? What time on Monday can I call you? 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock's great. So now my notes would say, hey, she wants to lose 15 pounds. She's really excited. We talked for about 10 minutes. She's doing it because she's saving up for a wedding, this and that. And then my other note, I would say, follow up after her cruise to her Alaskan cruise.
Right.
She said to call it this time. So now, every day when I pull up my CRM, I know exactly who I have to call today because I've already in the past put the date of who. Yeah, so these pull up right at the top. But more importantly, I can see when an Alaskan cruise. That's why we're waiting this long. Sonal, how was that Alaskan cruise? Did you have fun?
Yeah.
Great. Well, listen, I know you wanted to lose 10 to 15 pounds. We're still on board with that goal. Has that changed at all? I know you were on a cruise. Is it 16 pounds now? Right?
Yes.
As it should be, right?
Yes, right.
So as much as you can, work in some humor and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
So you did a good job of using your CRM, tracking leads, and also that probably helps now that you have help, meaning you have 2 people following up, right?
I have one person, 2, including me. Yes.
Yeah. So you and her.
Yeah.
So now you both can see leads if for any reason one of you needs to call one of your own leads, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.